Okay, in this activity, we're going to talk about facilitator styles and really to think about when we're teaching people what's really effective in helping knowledge stick and helping people gain new understandings about themselves and what's not. And so to do that, I'm going to be your teacher, and I'm going to teach you guys in 3 different ways. And what I'm going to do is work one-on-one with you in the order that we talked about before we started filming, okay? And so if, like, first, Greg is going to be my student, and so you guys are all going to be fellow teachers, okay, and Catherine too. So you have a lot of teachers, okay? And then we're going to go down to Sean and then to Kayla, okay? So are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right. So I have been given this task, this job. We've been given this task that we need to teach Greg how to build with blocks. And I am really good at building with blocks, okay? And you guys are going to help evaluate and help me figure out, you know, how much he can really learn and do, and help him understand how to build with blocks. But, you know, he's a really challenging student, you know. So I don't want to.
You could probably tell from earlier today when he
with the
wasn't
spelling
really,
test, I know.
Yeah,
So
doing good on the
anyway,
spelling test.
So we don't want to give him too many blocks to
Yeah.
start with. Maybe just a few. Don't you think, Sean?
Little bites.
Yeah.
Just a
Little
little
bites.
tiny bit. Like,
Yeah.
which ones do you think he should have? Maybe
Big
just
ones, easy
just-
to manipulate.
Okay, so maybe like some of these ones.
There are not too many different colors because that could be confusing.
Yeah, we don't want to do too many different colors for him. I don't know if I should give him another one of these. Maybe a round one. Okay. All right. So wait, I didn't say you could start yet. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
Easy big
Okay.
one.
I know. I said, you know, really, you need to pay attention. Okay. So what would you like to build?
A house.
Oh,
Might be
I
too
don't think.
complicated.
I think that's going to be too hard. I don't think you're ready to build a house yet. You could
A
build
boat.
Something easier
a
than
boat.
that. If you can't build a house, how could you possibly build a boat?
We're not building a boat. How about a tower? I think we just stick with the tower.
Yes.
to
It's
start
kind of a
with.
He could do a
simple,
tower.
Maybe
a simple
tower.
tower.
He can do a tower.
Maybe we'll see.
Oh, most people can do towers. I don't know.
Okay, so go ahead. You're gonna build a tower. So go ahead and start. What do you think you should start with?
That's like a bridge.
Yeah, we can't start with those. I don't know why I put those ones down there. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Okay, go ahead. Start. Start with those ones there. You're just not ready for those other ones. Okay, well, the first thing is if you're going to build a tower, you can't have these ones stacked up like this. These
Yeah, you
ones
need
have
a
to
much more
lay
solid
down
base
like
than
that.
that.
And then the other thing
I thought
is
everybody
that,
knew that. That's kind of a simple
yeah, and you got to make sure that the
concept.
colors match. Like you wouldn't want to have 2 orange and then a blue. It's got to be orange, blue, orange, right?
Yeah, so
Symmetry.
Right?
that
Yeah.
makes
It's
sense.
gotta match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know.
Oh, wait. Now, if you're going to put one there, it's got to be just, you got to get it just right. It is a tower here. Oh, wait. Now, don't turn it all. Leave it just like that. That's the way I had it. I've been building blocks a long time. Do you see how obstinate he can be?
Yes.
He's challenging. He challenges me in class.
That doesn't even
Okay,
have
no,
a base.
no.
How would that work?
It's a tower. In fact, it should go blue and pink because we don't want to have. Okay.
Maybe you should just show him how to do it. 'cause
No,
he's-
No, well, but even if you showed him, he really
It's got
wouldn't
it.
pay
This one should
attention.
be next. Okay, now where do you think this one should go?
No.
No,
It's kind of strange.
yeah, it's got to be like this. You got to make sure that it's steady.
Doesn't look too sturdy.
Oh
look at that.
no! Look at the color combinations.
Well,
That's
look
not
at
going to work.
How
That's not gonna
fragile
work. I know.
it is. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. That's a
Yeah.
good idea. I wonder why he didn't think about that, because it's not
I know.
hard to visualize.
All right, we can stop now.
Okay.
We're so sorry. Everyone, we can say we're sorry to Greg. Okay.
Wow.
So how was that? It was fun, wasn't it?
No.
You've never had so much fun playing with blocks in
No,
your
it was
life.
Not, it was not fun. I was expecting fun.
You were expecting
Oh.
Well,
fun
yeah.
while learning, and it turned out to be
Horrible.
horrible. So tell me
I
about
don't
what.
want to come back to school. School? What are we here?
But no,
What are we
say
at?
that really loud. You don't want to come back, right?
I don't
like,
wanna come back.
like if this was what today was like, was all this, you'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm getting out of here, right? I have
Yeah.
something else to do, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't come back for a week too.
Because what were some of the things that we were doing? Me in particular, I know. See, maybe I did make someone cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You
What?
weren't encouraging at all.
I wasn't encouraging
No.
at all.
You weren't willing to allow me to try.
No, not at all, right?
No,
And if you did anything that wasn't exactly the way who wanted it,
you
I wanted it, then it was
wrong.
wrong, right?
Yes,
Wrong. So who had all the answers?
you did. You did.
I did. In my mind, I had all the answers, right?
In your clique,
Say
in
that
your
again.
group, Your
Yeah, in my group, and you had other people that were supporting me too, right? But what is the message? If we have a student in our class and we're talking about we're using blocks, but this could be talking about, a kindergartner that you're teaching how to tie his shoes, or it could be an adult you have in marriage class that you're teaching communication skills to. If I come in there with the attitude, I have all the answers, when you do it just the way I say you should do it, then you're right. What does that do to a learner?
Shut them off.
It's completely discouraging and demoralizing.
And it's disrespectful.
Didn't give any confidence.
Yeah, it was really disrespectful to you, like assuming you didn't know anything
Yeah.
about how to build with blocks, And the same is true when we're talking about people's personal lives and their relationships, whether it's marriage or parenting, is that they do come in with some knowledge. And just
Yeah.
assuming because you don't agree exactly with what they're saying that they're wrong is just incredibly disrespectful and probably not true. They have some knowledge, okay? So we're going to call that style, we call it the professor style. And I know many of us had great professors in college that didn't teach like that, but the idea is it's like someone who stands behind the podium above everybody else and they're imparting their wisdom. And when we're doing marriage education and family education, that is so not what we want to do. There may be a time in our learning careers where that style of teaching is appropriate. Can you think of a time? When you think about starting in kindergarten, going through college, is there ever a time when that might be appropriate to teach that way? I know it's hard to imagine anyone would want to be taught that way, right?
I would think like at a very
Young
early
learners.
age.
Maybe like around safety issues, but
Yeah.
even at a very young age, like they have some knowledge. I think about like if I took a calculus class, right? And I don't know anything about calculus. I really need someone to share all their knowledge. I don't have a lot to bring to that setting.
And it's very precise.
And
it
it's
has
very
to be
precise.
done
Yeah,
that
there's
way.
no-
Just like engineering has to be
Like
done
building a
that
tower
way.
could have been done a gazillion different ways.
Exactly,
The formulas are
exactly.
formulas.
Exactly. And when you're talking about marriage education or parent education, it's like people do come in with lots of knowledge and ideas. Okay, so I apologize. That was awful. I know that's awful. Okay.
Everybody give him a hug when we're done. Or not. It's real.
Okay, so Sean, you're the next victim. I mean
I'm the
volunteer.
next person.
I mean volunteer. All right, so anyways, so you kind of know what we're doing, that we're building blocks. We're going to build something with these blocks because we all have to teach you how to build with the blocks. And now instead of being a student, Greg gets to be a teacher. He gets to exact his revenge. And so, yeah, I just need you to go ahead and practice building something. We really got to teach him how to build with blocks. We got to teach him to do something. But I don't know, Catherine, that weather that's moving in,
Oh,
I
I
am
hope it doesn't
so
delay our
worried that our
plane.
plane's going to get delayed. Like, what's going to happen?
I don't know, because now I've got to
You know,
drive. Because
you
Alex
didn't
doesn't
get
have,
a turn to play with the blocks. Did you want to feel what they feel like?
Yeah.
Did you
Did
want
you
to
see the
see what
colors
they
of
feel
those?
like?
They're really nice.
I know, look at this blue color and this, see?
And did I tell you Alex doesn't have a ride after all, so now I've got to go all the way down to
so now
pick
you
her
gotta
up.
drive, so
I
you have
gotta
to
drive all the
fly
way to
home in the
Springs.
My
rain.
goodness.
Go all the way
Can you
back,
believe
pick her up,
that?
and come back. Okay, did you want some more colors?
Yeah, and so, you know, kind of keep your, can you move over here with them?
You can still do
Because
whatever you want. You're good at what
we
you
got a
do.
lot of other stuff to do here too, okay? And so,
And
anyways,
I'm a little
yeah.
worried about the time, because if this weather
I
gets
know.
in the way, I don't know how
Oh
long it's
my
going to take
gosh,
to drive back to the
I
airport.
hope that we can get back to the airport and get, I hope our plane, I hope it's not bumpy. Oh my God, I hate it when it's bumpy. Have you ever been
Oh,
on
it was
this?
so bumpy on the
Did you see
flight
these
over.
ones? I think
All
these
these
would look
people
good
were
with
scared,
these.
but it didn't bother me at all, because, you know, my dad was a pilot, so I know a lot about flying.
So it doesn't scare you as much, but
Yeah,
I get
but it's
all
funny to watch
scared.
everybody else get scared.
Was your father really
Okay,
proud?
look at this. This is just
Yeah.
beautiful. Did you see this
Yeah.
ring, Catherine?
I know, it's really nice.
Isn't that stunning? That is just
Yeah, it's
stunning.
Thank you.
You might not know it, but a lot of times
I
it catches
really
light
want
and
this
it like
purple
reflects
one
in
here.
your
I
eyes. It's really
Really,
pretty.
it was just
Isn't it
beautiful.
glittery?
All that beautiful silver jewelry. That is so pretty.
Thank you very
Now,
much.
where did you get all that at?
My husband gives this to me.
Your husband gave it to you?
Oh, that is
Wow.
so nice. Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
That
he's
is
very
so
nice.
nice. That is so nice.
Do you
Look
have a
at,
husband too? Does he give you that stuff?
He does, but I'm just not a big
She's
jewelry
not a jewelry
girl.
person.
I'm not. No. He gave me a watch for my birthday, but you know, it was actually. Oh, I'm sorry. It was actually. It was a watch for my running. It
Oh,
wasn't
so
even a great watch.
he got a watch for running and he gave it to you?
No, he bought me a watch that I could measure my running with.
I thought
you
he
know?
got it like as a prize and
Garmin?
he gave it to you.
Yeah, it was like the one that measures how far you've run.
But
Speaking
and
of
it, like, has
Garmin,
a heart
my
rate
GPS
monitor.
isn't
Like a
working
pedometer.
anymore.
Yeah, it
It's
tells me
really
how far I've
frustrating.
run
use your
and
phone for
everything.
your GPS?
Yeah.
Now I've got an old
Look at these pink ones.
I
I
didn't
think you
get it. My
guys should
kid
have
does.
these pink ones
Yeah.
over here. That's kind. I love pink.
Seriously,
Pink's my favorite
we were in
color. Do you have any
California.
more pink in there?
And she was looking for an In-N-Out burger. She's like, In-N-Out burger,
Okay, I love
In-N-Out
pink.
burger.
Oh, no
And she got
problem.
one. Yeah, she
Yeah.
got like
Okay,
4
we
places.
can stop. Okay, how was that?
That was kind of obnoxious.
That was kind of obnoxious. Just a smidge, huh?
Just a little. Just a little.
Why? What was obnoxious about it?
Every time I thought I had direction, something would come in and change my direction for me. Didn't have a lot to go with in the first place, and then it just kept changing.
Okay.
Didn't really feel free to ask for any guidance because you all were engaged with other conversations. So we just kind of went with it, got to a stopping point, and then that was just about as far as I was going to be able to go. So that was it.
So if the goal was to help you, to facilitate you becoming a better block builder, did we get anywhere in that direction?
I'm not feeling much progress.
You're not feeling much progress, right? And so if you had taken time out of your day to come here just to learn to build blocks right now, which I know that sounds preposterous, but if that was actually why you were here, can you imagine what you would feel right now?
Wasting my time?
Waste my time, would you come back?
No.
No, right? Now, did we have fun chatting about the weather and about your beautiful jewelry and running? Yeah, we did, right? I mean, certainly there's times when you have moments in class, like when we do those things before class and after class, when people make connections like that. But when people are in class, they're there for a reason. And it's not necessary to learn about my new running watch, or whether or not I make the plane because of the rain. And so we call this style of teaching colleague style of teaching. It's like trying to be a friend instead of a teacher. So like when I was your teacher, being the professor, I was overbearing. Like there was way too much attention. It was all negative, right? But as your teacher, where was I?
Anywhere else but here.
Anywhere else but here, right? Anywhere else but here. And I think a lot of times we end up going there when we don't feel organized, we don't feel like we've planned ahead. We kind of let the conversation go wherever the group wants to go. And I'm not saying that there's never a time to do that. It's just really, people don't get what they came for.
And we've seen that. I mean, part of the reason why we do that is we've seen that with, relatively inexperienced facilitators, adults, teaching other adults can feel somewhat intimidated, and so they kind of revert to maybe trying to just focus on friendships or what we have in common, being a little bit off track. And as somebody that I used to teach with a lot, it would be, where we were supposed to have been at 10 o'clock, we get to at like 12 o'clock because she's always going off on all these side conversations and stuff. And so it's really important for facilitators to learn to have boundaries, to learn to focus, to keep, pretty much their personal stuff to themselves, except when it's really, a valuable part of sharing. It doesn't mean you're not going to talk between classes or things like that, but it's, when you're working with adults, well, with anybody, but especially adults, it can be very intimidating to people that don't have that experience. And so they don't want to feel like they're alienating people, and so they go a little bit overboard with being friendly, and I really want to prove myself to you, and so I'll show you how much I'm like you, and we can't do that either.
Right. Does that make sense so far?
Sure.
Okay. So are you ready to have your turn? Are you sure you're ready? You're kind of like, I
She
don't
already built her
know.
tower.
What would you like to build?
I would like to build a bus.
A bus. Well, okay, let's look at these blocks right here. A bus. Isn't that a creative idea?
Great idea.
Very creative. Okay,
She's
well.
had creative ideas all day.
And I don't know that I've ever seen anybody take these blocks and build a bus, but I think it would be something interesting to try.
Okay.
So I would love to just know kind of when you're looking at the blocks, what are your thoughts? Like, what are you thinking?
I will use this as like the wheels.
Oh,
Just
that's a
put
great
them
idea.
Together.
Okay.
Something like this.
It's like is that one side of the bus or is that the whole
No,
bus? So are you
no.
gonna, no?
You could use like 3 of these.
Oh, okay. So you need another one. Do you want another color or do you want what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you pass me that one? Yes.
How about that?
Yes, this one would be much better.
Oh, look at that. So tell me
Okay.
what, okay, so you decided to go from the 2 small ones to 1 big one. Tell me why you did that.
Because this is more stable, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe we can even, well, no, this is too wide, but is there another one like this? No?
There might be in the
Yeah.
bag too. Yep, purple, okay.
So maybe we can do something like this. Let's
So
think.
help me for a second now. Are you thinking, so when you're looking at this as a bus, is the bus like going this way? Is it
Mhm.
rolling back and forth like this?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very creative. So are you looking for something now to kind of make them stay
Yeah.
together?
Mhm.
So I wondered, you looking for something to put on top of them? Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe like you want a long flat one?
Let me see.
Oh. Is that it?
Yeah.
Maybe that, something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, and here,
Yeah.
wow, and I've never seen a bus made out of those. Do you want more of these, or
Do you
would
have another like this?
another round one? Do you have a long round one?
Another.
If not, we can I don't think I see
two
one.
little ones.
Okay,
There's some shorter ones too.
Yeah.
okay. So do you see how, that's very cool. So,
Mhm.
because you don't have a long one, you're gonna make these two work. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. It's colorful.
It is a colorful bus.
Okay, and then this one to make it match.
Are there people on the bus?
We can put some short people here.
There you go.
I love this bus.
And-
Okay, I really like how you problem solved when you didn't have one of these and you were able to put 2 of those there.
Mhm.
That's very cool.
And let me put, this is a
Oh,
the
that
driver.
happens. Oh, is that a good if we put this one right
oh,
here?
yes, thank you
Okay.
very much. So that's the driver. And I need another
need
passenger
another?
there.
Oh, do you want a green passenger or a pink passenger?
A pink.
A pink, okay. You want to put it where you want
Here.
it? Right there? Just like that?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. I like that bus. Very good. So I'm trying to think, do I have any other questions for you about how you came up with that bus? I like how you you went to the long pieces and back to the short pieces. Anything else, Catherine?
I just like the colors of it.
And even the thought to do a bus, I really never
Right.
thought of taking them. How about you guys? Anything else?
I like how all the wheels, there's lots of wheels on
Mhm.
there.
I know, the wheels on the bus.
It's
Oh.
really detailed for.
For blocks
For
like
blocks,
this, right?
yeah.
Like Legos,
Really
we
cool.
could see being this good. But very good.
Yeah.
Very
Let's see if it rolls. It doesn't roll.
That's
good.
okay.
That's okay. Hey, it's
Still
a
good
start,
bus,
right?
yeah,
We'll
yeah, yeah.
plan that for the next class. How can we make it roll? Okay. So how was that?
Well, I felt free to choose whatever I wanted to.
Right.
I felt you like coaching me through the whole process. You let me choose. I think like Sean was free to also to
Right.
collaborate with me, and I felt appreciated of what I was doing. Everybody was
Okay.
paying attention,
Okay.
and I think that helped me with being more creative and
Okay.
feeling free to do whatever I wanted to.
Right, right. And this style, so first of all, Sean and Greg, I'm really sorry now. Are you like, what the heck, man?
Why me?
But this style is what we call facilitating. Okay, this is the facilitator style of teaching, because what facilitator means is if you facilitate something, you make it easier. And especially when we're doing classes around people's family lives, whether it's marriage education or parent education or family life skills or anger management or anything, we have to acknowledge first that they bring some skills to the table. Even if they're court-ordered into anger management group, they have some skill in that realm. And second is that, you know what, when you take all the skills and you lay them on the table, what she wants to build does not have to be what I want to build. Okay? She may have a different idea in mind. My job is to help her get there. And part of how I want to do that as a facilitator is I do want to encourage her to look at all of her resources, to think about what she wants. And then as a facilitator, I want to get other people to help her along too. Like she has knowledge, that Sean has knowledge, Melissa has knowledge, Greg has knowledge. We all have knowledge, and when we can all she can build upon all of our knowledge, versus if it's just me giving her my knowledge, like I was trying to do with Greg, she only gets mine. You know, versus everybody's. Like, you jumped right in there and put that piece right in there, you know? It was like, that's the true idea behind a group and behind facilitation, is that when everybody gets to share their bit, your learning becomes so much deeper and so much more enriched and so much more meaningful. And so that is really, this is just an example of what we're going for when we're trying to be facilitators. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And for you, that was a really good experience. What was it like for you guys to watch, all three of you? To watch.
Oh,
Jealous,
watch
right?
it.
Yeah.
Jealous.
yeah, I felt left out.
Oh.
No, I feel good about the learning process.
Yeah. Does that kind of fit with what you're hoping for in groups or what you're trying to achieve? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
sure.
So it's the idea that we don't want to stand behind the podium and be distant, but we're not going to be best pals, but we're there to make things easier and to really make people comfortable to share. And that's the point in a lot of the group cohesions exercises too. Okay, so now the other thing I would say about this entire exercise is you can go through all these steps and do the exact same thing, except for you can do it talking about parenting styles and you can do it talking about conflict styles. I mean, when I was your teacher, Greg, I was also being what we call an authoritarian parent, you know, like my way is the only way, right? When we were instructing Sean, what type of parent were we being?
The lace is fair.
Yeah, our permissive, you know, too laid back, not, you know, maybe neglectful.
My kid's friend, not their parent.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Right. And this style of parent is kind of that more structured parent, the authoritative parent, where we have some rules, but we have some flexibility. We're open to let people grow and learn and things like that. So hopefully from that demonstration, you could see how you can use this activity in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
Any questions, ideas? As the observer, Melissa, what did you think? Anything come to mind?
I just wanted to help him out. You know, I wanted you to get off his back.
I know, and you know, it's so interesting because when I do this with parent groups, expect both of these styles, because with the parent group I get really crazy with the colleague style, like we have phones ringing and bribing the kid with candy, that kind of stuff. But it really elicits a lot of emotions for parents about what it feels like to be a little kid. And so that's a lot of what we're doing with these experiential activities, is really trying to stir up some empathy by giving people an experience. So obviously, like Greg, you got the experience like full on, right? But for you, that was an experience too, Melissa, just sensing it and being near it, which is totally different than when you're a parent in that moment, you know? So it's trying to build some empathy.
And just one of the things I'd caution about this, you know, there's a couple activities, but this one too, is that, you know, we don't know, you know, the background of how people were raised or things like that. And we have done this before where the person in your position did get very upset and was crying and stuff. And, you know, so we just had to really make sure after the class that we, you know, touch bases with her. Well, it's just an exercise, you know, let's talk about that. And so some of those more experiential exercises can be upsetting to people. So.
Sure.